Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, August 20th, and we are looking at the last 3 days of the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. And what the bears took yesterday, they gave it all back today. As after yesterday's flush in JKL&M, gap lower today, hey, test the bottom of a 6-day balance, stretch it slightly, only to see an open reverse drive straight up, fill the gap, and then just grind higher the rest of the day to end up with overlapping the lower value from lower. We once again traded all of M's range. I can't tell you or stress how important M's range is the following day or days. We did have a chance for a trend day up 4 times. SPY had 4 attempts at single prints. They all got filled. However, the way we used A's low as the price spike yesterday, and it proved to be a very visual level in L, I am using F's high as a price spike to the downside because once the singles filled, we dipped our toe into F's range in L and M, but never really saw it. So that's a very visual area. Kind of a weird shape, P shape again, with a couple of unicorn horns on the top of it. That signifies short covering. The volume horrible again, 39 million. So with the after hours, it's going to be in the low 40s. But the bottom line is this. There are no buyers. There are no sellers in this market. Doesn't matter. If that's one thing you're going to understand right now, it's just short-term players running this market. Sellers had every opportunity today to get below a 6-day balance and go test last week's low. They didn't even stay there for a time frame. On the flip side, buyers haven't done much either, right? It's just short-term algos, short-term retail traders grinding this up. We had a good day in the trading room. It was a very readable day in the trading room. The algos behaved very, very well today, which made for very good trading. So A period opened. Now, I didn't take a long in A. I did take 2 shorts that worked out nicely, even though it was basically an open reverse drive. The first short I took was against poor structure when we had it, and that's when we get a couple of price points that we don't trade at. That was a quick one, which worked out. The second one was when we got closer to M's low the first time, took a pretty sizable short, came back in a bit, took it off, because I knew the odds of going back and taking out the opening didn't look too good the way it was moving. But I did think a couple of shorts off the bat were good, and they turned out to be very nice. Then B period, one time framed up. So now you have more conviction that you might trade M's range, but it wasn't getting any kind of acceleration, and the tempo still wasn't good. So I did nothing in B, but in C period I took another short. So I took the 337 puts in A period, and then I took the 338 puts in C period against the price probe low, and that worked out nice. So A shorts and C shorts worked. Then in D period came down, stopped the one-time framing up, but couldn't take out M's low again. I got long with 336 calls and rode those back up to around B's high. So that was a good trade. That was the only long I took, believe it or not, because this market was very forgiving today on both sides of it. You could make money on the short side and long side. Yes, it was a trend day at certain points of the day, but they were very small, the single prints, and we weren't getting that acceleration or tempo away where you shouldn't fade a trend day. So you were able to make money on both sides. Then in E period, I did it. Got almost to the top of M's range. And then I took, what did I buy there? I took the 339 puts in E. Those worked out as it came back down against the price probe low and as we were getting to M's high. Again, short in G. I was looking for the afternoon pullback low. Took out F's low by a couple ticks, went back up. Took a nice size put, rode it back down. That was nice. Now, it did not turn out to be the afternoon pullback low. H did. But when H took out G's low at that time, I didn't think we didn't get enough distance. Now, the POC ended up getting raised, but at the time, POC was here. I was looking for H to go down and test possibly half back or D's low or yesterday's low to take a long. Never got that opportunity. I mean, it was just too close to the POC for me at that time to go long. And I've been early on afternoon pullback lows where I started here and then it goes all the way down. So I missed that because we never saw it again. And then the last trade I took was in K period. K open, we had single prints again, took a put play, came back in. At that time, it didn't fill the singles, but it was still a nice trade. Now, the one I didn't take was L's high. So ES had only one set of singles at the time. SPY had two holding when L got up just to around the price spike from yesterday. Now, a bunch of people in my room took the trade. Kudos to them because it did come down and wiped out all the single prints with a reversal bar. I didn't take it. Watched M period. It was a very good day. Again, it's just short-term traders. That's the bottom line, and that's what we have to live with. We're going to see this for at least 3 more weeks. The Monday after Labor Day would be the earliest I think we're going to get maybe more volume into this market as we head closer to the election in the fall. We will get occasional flushes, no doubt. I thought today we had a chance for a good one. Didn't happen, but that's how I'm seeing the market right now. Destinations for tomorrow. We have only 2 on the upside, 338.80, which is today's high, and 339.61, which is yesterday's high and the all-time high. For the downside, just the way I used A's low as a price spike, I'm going to be using F's high. But first, we had a price probe to the upside. So L's high, even though we closed below it, 338.61 will be your first destination on the downside. We don't know if it's accepted or rejected until A period. Then 337.86, which is F's high, the price spike. That's where, you see the way change took place yesterday? Right? We were inside the whole day's range until J ripped lower and we really never saw it. A's low again. Well, that's the same thing with F. They dipped their toe into it, but it defended very nicely. That's where change took place. 337.86. Then the afternoon pullback low of H, 337.13. Today's low of 335.22. And then 332.01, last week's low. Let's get to the charts. Monthly, one time framing up. Again, we have 5-6 days left to go in the month. You would like to close above February's high to start getting another leg up, but they are still very healthy. Weekly, closed below last week's high yesterday. We closed exactly on it. Last week's high is 338.28. That's where SPY closes. This market could not have been more mechanical today. The way the short-term traders and algos stopped at every reference point. It was like a local train where you just get tortured at every stop as opposed to the express. That's what today's reference points were like and the algos. One time framing up, 7 weeks. Daily, 7-day balance. It's a tight one. 339.61 the all-time high yesterday, and today's low of 335.22. So it's less than $4.50 for the last 7 days. You know what that's telling me? The water's boiling. The spring is tightening. At some point, you will come out of this 7 days with a vengeance, I would hope, one way or the other. Is it to the upside where we just start ripping away and making new all-time highs? Or is it back to the downside and flushing? Thought the sellers had a chance today. You took out a 6-day balance low on a gap, and it got rejected so fast it wasn't even funny. So again, unless real sellers show up, that will not happen. And then here's another important thing. I'm just going to show you the triple Qs today, because look at this. Triple Qs took out yesterday's low and closed above it. That's an outside day up. So yes, it's still balanced in the triple Qs for 3 days, but that's bullish. So now we see if they explode even more to the upside. Awesome day today in the trading room. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.